Hello. I guess I'm audible right now. Just write yes in the chat if I'm audible. And do let me know if a lot of noise is coming from my end. Hello. Okay, so I guess I'm audible right now. Okay, my voice is quite low. Just give me a minute. Do let me know if my voice is uh, fine now. I guess it should be fine now. Okay, great. My voice is clear now, I guess. So yeah, hello everyone. Today I won't be my camera is turned off because of the network issues I am having these days. Like maybe because of the weather condition over here, it's quite bad. So yeah, I guess that is a problem. So yeah, but I am sharing my screen and you will be able to listen to my voice clearly. Okay, so great. So some of you are asking me to start with OpenCV. I understand you want to start OpenCV like right away because that's the interesting part. But it's just day three, and I don't want like I know most of you might be knowing Python, but like most of you won't be doing not knowing as well. So I don't want to leave anyone behind. So I just want to give one more day to the basics of Python so that tomorrow we can start with OpenCV itself. Like like we still have to cover loops and function. Like that's the last topic that we have to cover in the basics of Python. After we cover loops and functions, we can move on to the OpenCV part. Okay, so yeah, please have some patience for today itself. So that let's say then we might like we'll be able to then we will move to OpenCV. Okay, so let me open the notebook. Again, the link to the notebook is in the description, so you can just get the link from over there. Open the Google Colab. Okay, you can get the link to the notebook in the video description itself. So let me get the link to the notebook. Here it is. Okay, go to the GitHub. Okay, so I guess I've logged out of the GitHub, like of the Google account, I guess. Let me search the repository. Yeah. So we were on the control flow. Like we just need to cover loops and function today. After that, we will move on to the OpenCV part from tomorrow itself. Like I'm damn sure we will be able to cover control flow and like some part of function, so that like we will start from OpenCV like latest by the second half of the tomorrow session. Okay, so yeah, the ShapeAI account have the dark theme on. Okay, that's fine as well. Just everyone open the notebook. Okay, that's not the notebook actually. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me confirm one thing. Okay, I guess it's a wrong notebook. Hmm. No, it's fine. We will continue on this one. Okay, great. I'm starting today's session. So moving on to the next part, we covered else if else yesterday. Today we'll be covering loops. So the first loop that comes is for loop. The first thing that comes is for loop. Okay. The first thing is for loop. Okay, so what is a for loop? Let's say I give you a query to write print counting from 1 to 100. Okay, well, let's say there is a list of, let's say, it's containing elements 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 10. I give you a task to print all the elements of the list. I say, okay, print all elements of the list one by one. I'm not asking you to print the whole list, but I'm asking you to print elements of this list one by one. So what you will do is, one way is that you know the indices. The indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You write print list of 0, okay, and then you write print list of 1, and like you keep on continuing till the last element of the list, print list of 5. So you see, actually there is a similar code that is being repeated over, like the print statement. The code is print. This code is being repeated for each of the element of the list. So instead of writing it in that way, what if I could write this statement in a single line? What if I write a code in which I tell you, okay, it like go to each value of the list one by one and do this print operation on each of the value. If I'm able to do it in this way, then it will make my code a bit cleaner, a lot like a not bit, not just bit, a lot more cleaner and easy to read. And it will also save my time. I don't have to write print statement 10 times if list is containing 10 elements, and if the list is containing 100 elements, I won't have to write the same code 100 times. I can just do it in a single line of code. So that's where we can use loops. Okay, so let me show you the first loop, which is for loop. Okay, so the for loop is, see, the for loop goes this way. Let's say you have the list cities. So I can write for. So for is a keyword, which is small f o r, like all in lowercase. I write for and then variable name. Okay, I write for and then variable name, and then I write in. In is also a keyword. It is also a keyword. Okay, and then I write, what do I say? Like all elements in which, for which I want to perform the operation. Okay, I write for and then variable name and then in, and then I write all elements for which I want to perform the operation. Here I want to perform operation on elements of this list: New York City, Mountain View, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So what I write for, so it is a keyword for city. Now city is a variable. City is a variable name. City is a new variable. N, I write n, and then list of all elements. So I want to perform this operation for each of the element of the list. So I pass the list cities. Now what it will do is it will okay. Let me copy the okay, just let me make a snippet. Let me copy this one and let me paste it here. So what it will do is it will go to the first element. It will say, okay, if the first element is New York City, this the city becomes the city variable. It stores New York City, and then it do the operation print city. Again, you can see there is a space of one tab. So whatever is the statement returned inside the for loop, whatever is the statement that I want to repeat. Okay, like I write the first statement, and then there is some piece of code which I want to repeat. So I write those piece of code with a space of one tab. Just like I write in if statement, I write if statement condition and then some piece of code with a space of four spaces or one tab, you may say. Here again, I write for and then like these statements and then some piece of code which I want to repeat with a space of one tab or four spaces. Okay, so it do the operation print city, and then when this operation is complete, it goes to the next element, which is Mountain View. Now, city stores Mountain View. It does not store New York anymore. It stores Mountain View for now. It does the operation print city, and then again it goes to the next element. Like this code is over, then it goes to the next element, which is Chicago. It doesn't store the city variable. Doesn't store Mountain View now. It now stores Chicago. Okay, it does the operation print Chicago, and again the statement is over. Then it goes to the next element, which is Los Angeles. Okay, so it doesn't store Chicago now, it stores Los Angeles, and then it prints that value. And now there is no more element to iterate, like there is no more element further on. So the loop stops, and now we get out of the loop. The statement stops repeating, and then the next statement, which is print done, that is executed. So if I try to run the code, you will see the output, like it's the output that you will actually see. It's just connecting. Let's give it a minute. Till then, let me know if you were not able to understand the for loop. Just write yes if you like. You can see the output is New York City, Mountain View, Chicago, Los Angeles, and then it's done. Like then the statement which is outside the loop gets executed. If I write print one, now let me know what will be the output for this one. If you got the for loop, please let me know what will be the output for this one when I run this cell. It's not part of this one. We can remove this one. Yeah, I guess there are some answers which says one will be printed with the cities. So yeah, if I try to print it now, the output will be New York City one, Mountain View one, Chicago one, Los Angeles one, and then done. So yeah, that's pretty much how the for loop works. So there's some we can write the components of for loops which I described to you already. Like it's a variable and then it's elements that we want to iterate through, that we want to go through one by one, and then the statements of the for loop. So that basically like pretty much about the explanation of this one, which you can read. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the next session. Okay, there is another way of writing for loop. Now let's say, like some of you are thinking like the class is a waste of time for them. So yeah, like feel free to skip the session and just make sure you fill out the attendance form on time. So like no need to spam in the chat. Okay, so the next thing is range. Now if I want to write a for loop, like let's say I asked you to write a code to print numbers from 1 to 100. I ask you to write a code to print numbers from 1 to 100. Again, the one way is you write print 1 and then you write print 2 and then you keep on writing till 100. But again, that's not the correct way to write it. It's like most inefficient way, you may say. So what we can do is we can take help of range function. Okay, so range function usually contains three parameters. The first one is start, the second one is stop, and the third one is step. Okay, so let me explain you. We write three things inside the range function. In the range, I write start, and then I write stop, and then I write step. Okay, so what does it mean? It means I say start counting from start. Start counting from start. Okay, and count till number stop. If start is 1 and then stop is 3, then it means start counting from 1 and stop till 3. It means 1, 2. And step means while counting, take step of size step. So what does it mean? Let's say the start is 1, stop is 10, and step is 2. It means we need to start from 1 and we need to stop before 10. The last number is not included, so we need to start from 1 and we need to stop before 10, and every time take step of 2. It means the first number is 1 and then take a step of 2. Step of 2 means add 2 to it. It means the next number is 3. And then add 2 to it again, the next number is 5. And then add 2 to it, the next number is 7. And then 9. So these are three values that we pass in the range function. But if we just pass range 3, in that case, the first value start, it by default starts from 0. And by default step size is 1. So if I write 3, range 3, that means start from 0, stop before 3 and take step 1 at a time. Okay, so you can see for I in range 3, print hello. It means start from 0, so initially and stop before 3. So initially I is 0 and we print hello, and then I is 1 because we take step 1 at a time, and then we print hello, and then I becomes 2 and we print hello, and then we have to stop because we cannot cross 3. So it just print hello 3 times. Here you can see if I try to run this, It is 0, 1, 2, 3. Initially the I is 0, and then we take a step of 1, I become 1, and then I become 2, and then I become 3. Okay, so do let me know if you have an issue with that one. Just write yes if everything is clear. Okay, great. So the next thing is for I in range 2 to 6. Now, what if I pass just two parameters? Like if I pass only one value, then that means we start from 0, stop before 4, and we take step of one at a time. Okay. Now, if I pass two values, 2 and 6, so the first value is always start, and the second value is again stop. And by default, the step is 1. So it will start from 2 and stop before 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I write 1, 10, 2, so I guess you will be able to, like I just told it right before, you will be able to guess the output. It will be 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So I guess everyone is clear with that one. Okay, moving on to the next part, which is creating and modifying lists. So that's just nothing like it's similar to what we did. Okay, like we iterated, like we loop through every element of the list. So what we did here is we created a new list using for loop. Okay, so what we did is we run a for loop on this list cities. So city initially contained New York City, and then in the new city, in the new list, capital I city, we just add this value. Okay, and we just write city dot capitalize cities dot append. It's the name of the list, and then we use dot append method. Dot append method, I guess you know, is used to add elements to the list, and then we write the city dot title. This dot title function actually what it do is, let's say I have A B C D E F. It's my string. Okay, if I write abc.d abc.def dot title, so what it will do is it will make it abcdef. It will like capitalize the first word. So it's a function of dot title. So when I run this, what it will do is it will go to the first element, New York City. It will add, it will first operate this one. So it will make it as New York City, and then it will add this new string into the list capitalized city. It will again repeat the same for Mountain View, make it Mountain View, and it will add it to the new list, and it will do the same for all of the elements. So if I run this thing now, is the new cell, you can see the elements of the new list are New York City, Mountain View with like title with the e string after performing the title function. So I guess you can understand the next part, which is basically for index in range length of cities. Again, the length of cities will return the number of elements in the list, which is 4. So it is equivalent to for index in range 4. It is equivalent to for index in range 4. So index initially will take 0, and then cities of index, cities of 0, that will mean the New York City. And then index will take value 1, that will means cities of 1, which is Mountain View. So it's another way of doing the same function we did above. Like instead of using the elements, we can just take help of length function and the range function. So here are some questions for you, which you can try yourself, like which are like basically for your practice. And the next is while loop. Any doubt in the like if there's any doubt in the for loop, do let me know. Else write yes in the chat section so that I can proceed to the while loops. And like one more thing, the question which are there in the notebook, please try to do them yourself so that you get like, practice of the things that you need that you studied in the session. So that thing is like important to all of you. Moving on to the next part, which is while loop. It's another way of writing the loops. Like it's another way of repeating a set of statements. Okay, so let me show you how while loop works. The next thing is while loop. While loop, like a way of writing the while loop is similar to way of writing if statement. We write while, which is a keyword, and then in down brackets we write some condition. Like it's not necessary to write around brackets, but yeah, we can use those as well. So we write some condition, and then again colon, and then the piece of code which I want to repeat with a space of one tab or four spaces. Like this thing of leaving a tab space is actually called indentation in Python, in Pythonic term. Okay, so now what will happen is it will start do like it will go and check the condition. If the condition is true, it will go and execute this piece of code. Now it will again go and check the condition. If the condition is true, it will again execute this piece of code. Now it will again go and check the condition. It will keep on repeating the statement while the condition is true. As soon as this condition becomes false, if the condition returns false, then it will stop executing the statement and we will get out of the while loop. Okay, so let me show you with the help of example. Okay, so there are no code for while loop. Okay, let me add one. Now let's say I want to like I'm a person. I have 5 glasses of water, and I want to see, and I want to check whether when I run out of water, every time I drink a glass of water, and I want to print like when I run out of the water. So let's define a variable number of glass. Okay, number of glass equals to 5. Now I write while number of glass is greater than 0. If number of glass becomes 0, that means I have no more water. It means I ran out of water. I ran out of water. So I write while number of glass greater than 0. So it is my condition now. It's a condition. If number of glass is not 0, it is greater than 0. It means print I still have water. Okay. And drinking a glass of water. So I say, okay, I still have water, so I'm drinking a glass of water. And as soon as I drink a glass of water, the number of glass that I have become decreased by one. So it's number of glass minus equals to one. So I need to keep on printing the statement till I have water. As soon as I run out of water, that means I get out of the while loop. So I print, there is no more water. So if I run the cell, what will happen is, initially there are 5 glass of water. I say, okay, let me print one more statement as well. Number of glass. So initially number of glass is 5. I say, okay, I still have water and drinking a glass of water. So I drink a glass of water and number of glass that I have becomes 4. It check to is go to this condition. 4 is greater than 0. So again it go inside this code, then the statement. Now number of glass becomes 3. 3 is still greater than 0. It keeps on repeating the statement till number of glass becomes 0. As soon as after 1, number of glass becomes 0, it check the condition. 0 is not greater than 0. So this returns false and we get out of the loop. There is no more water. So do let me know it's clear to everyone, the while loop thing. Okay, great. So moving on to the next part. Okay, still I've got one response only. Just let me know if it's clear to everyone. Right? Yes. Okay, great. Moving on to the next part, which is break and continue. Like here's a question for you. You can try it yourself. And the next is break and continue. Now, okay, let's say I told you there are 10 stairs. I said there are 10 stairs. And I ask you to go up, or like I go up to 10 stairs. Like go to the top. And I also said in one of the stair there is a chocolate. Like there might be a chocolate. I'm not sure whether there is a chocolate or not. There might be a chocolate. I told you go upwards until you don't get a chocolate. If you reach the 10th stair, if you reach the top, then stop. Like if you don't need to go further. So now you know there are 10 stairs. So what you can do is, okay, you can say, okay, I can write 4. The first stair is 0, 1 and the last one is 10th. So it means 0, 1, 2. The last one, like number is 9 because there are 10 stairs and we're starting from 0. So I can say, okay, start from 0. Like for stair in range, we start from 0. We go up to 10. We stop before 10, and we take one step at a time. We can write this is the loop. Go upwards. We say, okay, we are here, then go upward. We have to go upward. But there is one more condition before this statement. What if I found, if I'm on say some stair, what if I found a chocolate? I can write if if I find a chocolate. I don't need to go upward. I just have to stop there. So I can write stop. Don't go upward. Like don't go upward anymore. So yeah, you can see there is something like we terminate the loop based on some condition. Like if some condition is met, we say don't need to continue the loop, just get out of the loop right now. In that case, we can use break statement. So how do I write a break statement? I can write, okay, you can see So these are just list of tuple. Okay, come on to this set, this example. Okay, it's a continue first, and then it's break. The break one is later on, I guess. Okay, let me write a code for break first. So I write number of stairs equals to 10, and I write chocolate on stair, stair 6. Now I write 4. I start the loop 4. I just write stair and range number of stairs, and then I write I want to say go upward. I write like first I'll have to check the condition if I see there is a chocolate on the stair or not. If stair equals to chocolate on stair. If the stair on which I'm standing right now is the same stair on which there is a chocolate, I write break. Okay, as soon as it encounter break, it means we just need to we don't need to go, like we don't need to execute the loop now. Just stop the loop and get out of the loop. And we can write print going upward. If I run this code, you will see initially the stair is 0. Let me change it to 3 so that it becomes a bit short. Initially the stair value is 0. Okay, let me go also print stair. Initially the stair is 0. So I'm not on the stair which is having the chocolate. I don't go inside this if statement. I just go to the next statement which is print going upward. So it prints going upward, and then stair become ones. Again, 1 is not equal to 6, it's not equal to 3. We don't go inside the if condition. We go to the next statement, we print going upward, and again it becomes 2. We again go upward, and then as soon as stair become 3, as soon as it becomes 3, we go inside this if statement. 3 is equal to 3. We go inside this statement and we see there is a break. As soon as we encounter break, it means stop executing the loop, and we get out of the loop immediately. We don't even print the remaining. We don't even execute the remaining statement of the loop. We just get out of the loop at that instant only. So the output is 0 going upward, 1 going upward, 2 going upward, 3 going upward. Now, if we modify the statement modify the statement as there still the statement is same. We have 10 stairs. There's chocolate on anyone, and I want you to speak like there. Like if there is not a chocolate on the stair, I just want you to inform me there is no chocolate. I just want you to inform me this one. So see there, what I can use is I can see again chocolate is on stair 3. Now the catch is I don't want you. Okay. Today is 28/7. Here the catch is I don't want you to stop going upward if you encounter chocolate. I just want you not to shout out if you got a chocolate. If you get a chocolate, let's say there are some stairs again. I say okay, go to the stair 1, and if there is not any chocolate, just shout out there is no chocolate, and then go upward. Again there is no chocolate, then shout out there is no chocolate, and then again go upward. If there is a chocolate, just eat it quietly and don't shout out. and then go on to the next step. Next chair, if there is a chocolate, again eat it quietly and don't shout out. And if there is a chocolate, if there is not any chocolate, then shout. There is no chocolate. So I want you not to execute this statement if you encounter some condition. In that case, we can take help of continue. So what I can do is I can write there is no chocolate. If there is chocolate on this chair, I don't want to execute this piece of code. I want to say, okay, don't execute this piece of code. Just quietly eat the chocolate. Print eating chocolate quietly, and then I write continue. Just eat the chocolate quietly and continue moving upwards. So what this continue statement it will do is, as soon as we encounter this continue statement, it won't execute the remaining piece of code for this number. It will just move on to the next. It will just move on to the next part of the loop. It will just move on the next repetition of the loop. As soon as we encounter continue, we won't run the remaining piece of code for that repetition. Let me show you the output first. Now see, initially state is 0. We don't go inside this one, and we just print there is no chocolate. We keep on doing this up to number 2, and then we come to number 3. We say print chocolate quietly, like eating chocolate quietly. I guess the spelling is wrong. Quietly, I guess. So we eat the chocolate, eating chocolate quietly, and you can see there is no, like, this statement is not printed over there, because after executing this statement, it goes to continue, and continue means don't run this one, just go on to the next repetition of loop. So it goes to the number 4, and we keep on doing it till we reach the end of the loop. So continue is kind of uh, stop. It continues used to move on to the next repetition of loop instantaneously, like terminate the current, like stop executing the current repetition, just move on to the next one. That is what continue is used for. So I guess that thing is clear to everyone. And then again, we have some questions for you. You can try it yourself, and that is the end of the control flow. The next part is the functions actually. Again, just go to the file, click on open notebook, click on GitHub, and open the third notebook, which is functions in Python. Like I said, we will be able to cover half of this today, and the remaining part will be covered tomorrow, and then we will move on to the OpenCV tomorrow itself. We don't need to, like, we will continue from OpenCV tomorrow itself. We won't need to, like, extend this thing a bit very long. Pradeep, you are asking how to print number and statement in the same line. If you want to print them in the same line, we can use format method. Okay, which we discuss in the string. And there is one more way that we can use is, like, there's something called, like, when we use print statement, we can specify the end. You can just write print. Okay, let's print and in Python. Okay, there's something called print and parameter in Python. You can see this one. So yeah, that will help you, well, like, also as well, to just, if you want to print those both statement in the same line. The next thing is function in Python. So what is a function? Again, This one as well. Uh, okay, so let's say you have a machine. Let's say you have an air conditioner. You have an AC, and whenever you run the AC, whenever you run it, what it do is it cools the room. So that is a function of AC. Now, if you're in a room, if you're in your room and it's quite hot, you never say cool the room. You just say run the AC, switch on the AC, turn on the AC, or start the AC, something like that. So what you're basically doing is like start the AC is a function which do this operation, cooling the room. So similarly in Python, what we can do is we can make our own function. Let's say right, I make a function name start AC, and what it will do is it will like cools the room. So whenever I want to use this piece of code, which is cools the room, I don't exactly need to repeat this piece of code. I don't again and again write to cools the room, cools the room, cools the room. I can just write whenever I want to use this piece of code. I can just write start AC. That is basically a function. Here you can see. Just forget about how I write a function. I will explain that part later on. Like I'll explain this part. But for now, see, I can write a function def hello, and I can write print hello. So what it will do is it will make a function named hello which will execute this piece of code. Whenever I write hello in the code, whenever I try to call this, whenever I write hello in the code, that means I want to execute these code of line. Print inside the function, print hello, print, okay, my caps is on, print, hey there. So whenever I write hello, it will execute these piece of code. So it's basically short, it's kind of like we created a block. It's kind of we write some, we seal them in a box and we name a box as something hello. And whenever I'm writing hello, that means I am referring to the code inside this block. So that is basically a function. So how do I write one? Can I look at them as a recurring nodes and stack them on top of each other? Sherry, are you talking about the function or like something else? Okay, like let me move to the like writing a function, and then like you can share it till then you can like write me what you were talking about. So I can write def, and then I can write name of the function, name of function, and then I write brackets, and then colon, and then the piece of code which I want to execute. So here I write def, which is the keyword def, and then the name of function which is hello, and then round brackets, and then colon, and the piece of code with a space of tab which I want to run whenever this thing is called. If I run this, okay, when I run this, it will create a function named hello. Now, if I want to run this, if I want to use this piece of code, if I want to use this piece of code, I will do which is called a calling of function. I will do something called calling of a function. So what it do is it means I am asking the function asking the function to execute its task. Okay, so when I write def hello print inside the function, and if I call the function hello and I run this, it will do this thing. So for calling the function, I need to write the name of the function, which is hello, and then the round brackets. If I do this, it will run the code inside the function, which is print inside the function, print hello, print here there. So you can see like I wrote this code once and I can use this thing anytime that I want. Like I don't have to repeat those set of statement again and again. I can just write hello, hello, and every time I write this, it will execute this piece of code for each of the call. So it means it make my code a bit cleaner and like easy to write. So I guess that thing is clear to everyone. So yeah, like that bootcamp is like also going on. The class for that will start at 7:45 itself. Don't worry about that. Okay, so the task for you, a question for you, and try to do it on your own. Like complete this thing, and let me come to the next part. Like just write yes if this thing is clear to everyone. How do I define a function and how do I call a function? Okay, great. So the next thing is passing parameter to a function. Now let's say I want to write a function. Let's say I want to write a function that adds two number. So what I can do is I can write def. I start writing the function def, and then I write the name of the function, which is a add, and then inside the two brackets, I can actually define the two numbers which I want to take as the input for the function. Okay, I can write a and b. Let's say I write a and b. Like it can be anything. These are two variable names actually. I can write two variables. It means whenever I call this function, pass two variables inside the function. And then again I can write colon. And then I know these two variables will be number, so I can write print a plus b. As I have done here, I have written def add a bit means while calling the function pass two variables a and b, and I'm saying I'm using those variables a and b, and just add this and print those. So when I call this function add, again I write add name of the function and then brackets. But this time in the brackets, the function is asking me to pass two values. So here I pass 5 and 6. So as soon as I pass 5 and 6 there, so a becomes 5, b becomes 6, and then print a plus b becomes print 5 plus 6. So it means print 11. So you can see the output is 11. So do let me know if this thing is clear to everyone. Write yes if this thing is clear. Sherry, like we previously had bootcamps on machine learning or deep learning as well. But this one is like started. This one started a day before yesterday. So it's just stage three, and we are covering bits of Python itself. Okay, great. Now, just you tell me what will be the output for this one. Let me add a code cell over there. Def subtract a comma, let's say num1 comma num2, print a minus a star b, sorry, num1 star num2. Tell me the output for this one. Okay, let's change it to mul ShapeAI comma 3 mul 5, sorry, 5 comma 3. Tell me the output for this one in the chat section quickly. Shall like if you want to learn other stuff as well, you can just visit our channel, and there you can see the recordings for the previous boot camps. Okay, so saying 3 comma 15. Okay, shape AI 3 comma 15. One of you is saying 15 and one of you is saying is 8. I'm just waiting for some other replies. Shape AI 3 15. Shape AI 3 15. Okay, I got it. Like it's just YouTube which is making shape AI 3 when you're writing shape AI 3 times, I guess. Yeah, I got one correct answer. So the output will be shape AI 15. So when I do this, so num1 becomes shape AI, num2 becomes 3, and we know when we multiply a string with a number, that means we repeat the string that much number of times. So it means shape AI 3 times, and 5 and 3, like it becomes num1 becomes 5, num2 becomes 3, and the output is 15. So I guess that is pretty much clear to everyone, and we will end the session today. Tomorrow we will cover like a remaining part of function. Like it's not that much. It is looking like it's a lot of thing, but yeah, it's quite a small part to be covered in the basics of Python, and then we will move on to the OpenCV part. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining the session, and hope to see all of you there tomorrow as well. Till then, let me make a Google form for you for the attendance. So no, it's not the one. Python and OpenCV day 2. Okay, this one is the one. Yeah, I need to make a copy of this one. It's day 3, and response is obtained and some share shorten URL. Yeah, it's the link for today's session. Just take a screenshot or pause the video, and I guess that is pretty much it. So I guess you all enjoyed today's session, and yeah, thank you everyone for joining this session, and I hope to see all of you tomorrow as well. Good night, everyone. I'm ending the stream right now.